Hello there, YouTube. Let's do some off-roading on the DR. Ooh, somebody just come through here. It's a big dust cloud. I'm not going far down dirt road. I was just reminiscing about taking a street glide down some dirt roads, and not that the iron probably be worse going down a dirt road. It's smaller and lighter and more maneuverable, but the suspension's stiffer, so it'd be a little rougher on the kidneys. And this thing is so dirty. Me riding it down a dirt road isn't gonna hurt a thing. It's filthy. Now, in one of my videos, I talk about how gray, because of the dust and everything, was. That was the day before I took the iron on the trip to Mount Adams, which is back out that way. And oh man, you should have seen her after that. She was all kinds of a mess. There's an old house down here, an old homestead. God, I hate that when a bug hits your clutch lever, and every time you touch it, you get sticky on your fingers. Look at that, where that tree was struck by lightning. That's what blows them up like that. Oh, I see the roof of it. It's still there. It's a little old house. But anyway, I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about things that make you uncomfortable and that we try to avoid. And people that inspire you to do things different and to be a better person or whatever. Look at that. I wonder how long it's been since somebody lived in that house. If you guys can even see that thing. Probably not. But you know, there's even people on YouTube. In fact, a couple of people in particular that are very inspirational, or at least they are to me. And I'm not the only one. I mean, one has over 1 million subscribers. The other one, hell, he might even be over 4 million by now. I know he's close to it. But Casey Neistat and Roman Atwood. I'm sure there's no way you could be any type of avid YouTube watcher and not have stumbled across these people multiple times. You probably follow their daily vlogs. Boy, you're talking about your shutter bumps. They'll be in here, these hills like this. Just a natural ratcheting of a drivetrain of a vehicle does this to the road. It's like a washboard. Yeah, that's a whole lot worse on the iron than it is a street glide. Holy crap. That is brutal. But anyway, these guys, man, I just love watching their videos. Roman Atwood, God, he reminds me of Callie and I and our kids when we were young and just starting out in life, you know, as a married couple. They're not, him and Brittany aren't, there's little 22 shells all over the road there, aren't married. And I guess I should probably add a yet to that. I can't imagine those two not eventually getting married. That should be a huge event. You got to know this is coming at some point. That'll really be some cool vlogs coming out of that. And Casey, you know, just his, man, I mean, every one of his vlogs is like a movie. He does produce, you know, movies and does advertisement stuff, but both of these guys, you know, have like a rags to riches kind of a story. And man, they're very inspiring people. They're very inspirational to other people, to me. And they're always, they bring up things, you know, there's who was that, Eleanor Roosevelt, or I apologize if that's not even close to who it was, but that had the saying, you know, do something that scares you every day. You know, that doesn't mean necessarily do something dangerous that scares you, but that included. But, you know, something to make you know you're alive. You know, you're a living human being. So, and really think about it. Every time something scares you, you come out of it just like different. You're just so, I mean, after you survived it or whatever it was that scared you, you're never more alive than after that passes. I know it's not just me, and I'm sure that's probably part of what it means, but it means more than that. You know, in life and getting forward in life and, you know, moving on to bigger and better things. You know, whether it's something with business or at work or something like that. You know, I'd love to say I do something that scares me every day, but I don't. I mean, I do things on motorcycles that still scare me. You know, camera off and you get a little funky and doing something and you're going, yeesh, that was a little hot into that turn, you know, whatever it may be. But I really should do something that takes me out of my comfort zone every day. But love watching these guys, and they're so upbeat and positive. And they're, you know, Casey and his words of wisdom, and Roman with his just ever happiness, you know, smile more is his thing, you know. And these guys are just fantastic. So we're coming into winter time, and there's no hidden secret here that I'm not going to be able to do vlogs. Hey, there's a little dirt road down here. I think I've taken the DR down here. I don't think I can go very far down here. I think it ends at somebody's property or something down here. I end up roaming out here and stumbling across a mountain lion or something. Get myself in big trouble. No business taking a damn street bike down dirt roads. Look at this, that's a little mud hole right there. Oh, I think I see a no trespassing sign. I think I'll heed that little warning. No trespassing and keep the hell out. Oh, I don't want to ride over that. It's a beautiful field out there though. But anyway, you know, thinking things you should do to basically scare yourself, to make you feel alive every day. Which leads me to thinking, you know, every year I deal with, you know, what to do over the wintertime. I can't ride. And, you know, I start doing my little simplified, you know, just no planning, spur of the moment little tech review things there that I kind of fumble my way through. And so, you know, I want to do more, you know, DIY and how-to stuff, and maybe even, you know, a little day in the life kind of a thing. And there's a thing that kind of stops me from doing a lot of that stuff, because there's something that makes me very uncomfortable. And I was very uncomfortable when I first started doing the MotoVlogs. You know, I'd listen to myself. You know, who likes to hear themselves, you know? I know some pompous asses that will tell you they love to hear their voice, but anyway, nobody. I mean, nobody's truly comfortable with hearing themselves. But I've been doing this so long now that I actually put myself to sleep. For some reason, my own voice soothes me. Not that and don't get me wrong, in no way, shape, or form am I saying I like to hear myself talk, because I absolutely do not. Personally, I'm probably like everybody else. I listen to myself and I sound like a bumbling idiot, you know. But it's just, you know, we probably all do that with ourselves. And maybe I am a bumbling idiot and I'm, you know, spot on in that assumption, you know, or... But anyway, one of the things I'm really uncomfortable with that you know, I do the motovlogging, but you're just staring at the front of my motorcycle and the highway ahead of me. So thinking about what to do over the winter, I thought maybe I would try this. Watch this. How about this? This is what I'm uncomfortable with. Turning the camera on myself. I know there's 1,000,001 people that do this every single day and have no problem with it whatsoever. But it's bad enough hearing my own voice. But to watch my mug on camera is taking it to a whole nother level. I mean, I know you guys know what I look like. I've turned the camera on myself a few times, you know, enough that there's no secret. It's not like I'm one of these guys that hide my face, because I don't, and I don't mind my face being on camera. It's just me talking to the camera is a problem. Because I feel like, I mean, I fumble through things bad enough as it is without, you know, staring into the old eye there. You know, I've been into photography for, geez, way too many years. More than 35 years. 35 years when I first took a course in high school. Old black and white, little K1000 Pentax with a 50mm lens. That's all we could put our own lens if we wanted to, but everything for the project at school through the class had to be the 50mm lens that was on there. I don't even remember what the brand was, if it was a Pentax lens or what. But anyway, that's what all our projects were through, was those lenses and that camera, and it was all black and white. We did everything. We developed our negatives and did the prints and everything. But anyway, my point in bringing all that up is I never turned the camera on myself. And you know, people doing pictures, I don't mind standing in front of the camera for a quick, you know, company type shot and stuff like that, where we're all kind of hanging out together and they you know, it's a group shot type of thing. Those things don't bother me. But like if somebody was to do some photo shoot on me kind of a thing, you know, I know how uncomfortable people are that I used to shoot were, you know, and I would, you know, do all the things to try to calm them down and make them feel at ease and stuff like that. But, you know, I never stopped and thought about the fact that, you know, how uncomfortable would I be with somebody doing some weird photo shoots with me staring at a camera like this. Standing here, I'm using the Sony A6000 or Alpha 6000, which I don't know if I may buy something smaller, a little Canon G7X or something like that seems to be popular. The new was it the RX 100 Mark 4 or 4 Model 4, whatever the hell it is, Sony. I think it's the RX 100, but maybe something like that. To be honest with you, I love this Sony camera. The still pictures and video seems to be okay too, although I don't do a lot of video with it. But still pictures out of this thing is incredible. But the menu system on these things are just like it was an afterthought. So, but that doesn't have anything to do with using and shooting with the camera. But surprisingly, this thing's pretty damn heavy. It's a very small camera, but it's quite heavy. It's really cool looking out here. I should be not pointing the camera at me or have that in the backdrop all the time. Look at that, it's gorgeous out there. I mean, it looks, I mean, the way it's fenced off and stuff, it looks like it's farmland that has been forgotten about. So, what I'm thinking about doing, let's get back over here to the iron. I hope I'm not I hope the contrasting light isn't too much. The dynamic range seems to be pretty good on this camera. That's one of the things I like about it. But I'd have to get used to holding this thing. It's actually, for its size, it's a little chunk of metal and it's quite heavy. But get you a good look at the old iron there. She's so dirty. Filthy. Look at all the bugs and stuff on it.
She's my next bathing project. I haven't really done anything to it. I've been thinking about that 1200 kit once again. If you guys want to see how my camera is set up on there, it's a Hero 3 Plus with my convoluted chin mount and the polar lens, or whatever the hell it is. Always Polar Pro or lens polarizer. But anyway, I'm thinking about doing, more. I'll be doing more tech reviews. I'll have my iPhone 6s Plus in Wednesday. Today's Sunday the 4th. Actually went on a ride on my DR with my grandson. He came over and I was just about to take off on this to do this video, and they showed up, and I'm not going to be gone very long. I'm just not far from my house, but he was all bummed out. He wanted to go for a ride. He seen me with the helmet and everything, and he wanted to go for a ride. Well, I've been riding the Street Glide so much, and I know we can fit on that real well. I thought I'd try something different, and I thought, the pegs are pretty high on the back of that DR. Maybe I'll use that. So I did. Took him for a ride, and there's a video for that. This may go up before that, because I'm now 22 days behind on vlogs. Although there's some time in there where it rained and I didn't vlog at all, but I have a lot of stuff still to go over. That thing with going to Takalaka or whatever, I can't pronounce that thing. Somebody read that thing and tell me how to pronounce it. But anyway, Mount Adams, it just happens to be that's the lake that Rhodes went to, so that's where I went. There's not much out around Mount Adams. You're definitely out in the boonies, but that was done on Saturday the 12th of September. So I'm way behind. So I'll probably put this up sooner because other stuff is coming that I'll fill in, and this won't make any sense if I even do any of this. I have no idea. I want to get kind of a response from you guys. What you think? Do you want to see more videos with my ugly mug in the screen? I mean, I'm sure everybody feels funny about seeing themselves. I felt funny vlogging on that thing. The MotoVlogging felt really weird about that, and it's just one of those things you get used to, and I'm sure I'll absolutely get used to it. But talking about Casey and Roman Atwood, both of those guys in probably several different videos have mentioned, if you're self-conscious or whatever, that's the first thing you need to get over. I need to get over this. So this could expand videos that I put up, and you guys may like it. I have no idea. You may hate it and say, don't ever do that again. But I got to do something for the winter. I mean, there's always things, there'll be these little test rides here and there at work, but I won't be riding to work, so there'll be none of those vlogs. And the only MotoVlogs I'll be able to do is if the weekend is nice and I can do it on the weekend. So anyway, that's the little sample of me standing in front of a camera. I don't know, I'm sure there's a lot to learn about how to hold the camera and everything else. Who knows if I even got it pointing at me. It looks like it's pointing at me, but I don't know what the backdrop is doing. There's no, the lens moves around on this thing, but it's not a selfie lens. But anyway, let's jump back on the iron. I almost called it the DR. Let's jump back on the iron and head the hell out of here, and we'll chit chat a little bit about it more. I don't want to make a really long vlog about this, so I do want to say, check out, I'll put links below, but check out Roman Atwood and Casey Neistat. If you guys are, whether you're into vlogging or doing anything, they're just fantastic to watch. And they both do now, Roman has for a 3 years or whatever now, but Casey here, I think starting this year, is now doing daily vlogs for the most part every day. So his travels and stuff with his new startup Beam. If you guys, it should be coming to Android pretty soon, but if you're iOS, which you should be, even if you are Android, you should be iOS also. It's available for iOS now. Really cool app, and you'll have to look at his video on what it's all about and how it works. It's a really good idea. Kelly and I goof around with it every once in a while, but nowhere near. I think I have like 1 or 2 videos, maybe. They're pretty stupid, so. But I love watching them. I love the concept of it, and that's something I want to play with more too. But Casey Atwood is the founder of Beam, him and his partner Matt. But look into that. So anyway, let's get back on the motorcycle. This is what you came to see, a MotoVlog, right? All right, we'll see ya. Bye. Okay then. There's no question that for the 4th day of October in 2015, that was my uncomfortable moment. No question. So the only time I've ever, other than sending personal that are private videos that I've sent to people where I've sent them something or had something that I felt personal enough I needed to actually talk to them. And then last Sunday's Sunday iron ride, I took a little Canon PowerShot L300 HS. It's a camera I've had for, good Lord, 3-4 years or something like that. It was basically something I used for taking work photos and stuff. Something I carried with me all the time. But I discovered that the videos were halfway decent. Anyway, last Sunday, I was going to talk about this, and I went walking down to down the hill there off the bank from the Meekler Road Bridge, and turned the camera on. I kind of turned it towards myself a little bit there, and I just wasn't ready for it. So this is actually something I've been pondering and thinking about for a week. One of the other things I want to do, you know, as I preach, I never plan anything. I just want to go for a ride, and I turn the camera on when I get going, and either something useful comes out or it's just rhetoric, you know, just jibber jabber. I'm getting an echo back out of them woods or whatever. It almost sounds like the deep sound of a tractor or something out there. I've got a scary story that I tell about tractors in the woods that I used to, when we were kids. I don't even know if I can even tell this story anymore. About tractors in the woods, and I'd literally have kids screaming and they'd run home to their camp. I'd always tell it during camps and campouts and stuff. I had more traction than I thought. I figured that thing would light right up. But anyway, so this thing of doing what, I don't know if this is even a word, but when I talked to Kelly about it, that type of vlogging with the camera in my face, for some reason, I personally dub it the selfie vlog. I don't know, that term seems to fit it. It's probably been used before, but I've never heard anybody say it, but the selfie vlog is what I call them. So when I refer to these things, I'll just refer to it as that. I haven't done any practicing. I don't even know if that Sony even works good, but it's got a little phone or a mic attachment that's by Sony. It's not the best sound, but you can make it omnidirectional and directional. It's not totally directional, but when you spin the mics together, it becomes quite directional. In fact, when I turn the camera away from me, it sounds like I'm way off in the distance all of a sudden. So it's very directional for what it is. But it's got a little windsock on it and stuff, so it's something I can use outside and in the wind and whatever. I use that to do the
the video out in the windstorm last year or early this year. I don't remember when it was. And of course I got the polarizer on, and you get a bunch of glare from that because it's just way too many panes of glass over the GoPro flat glass to make it even worse, you know. So you get the, you know, these little sunburst, and it desaturates the color, and it's just a mess. So I apologize for that as we're going down the road. But we'll just end it with this. You guys leave me comments or PM me, whatever you want to do. Let me know what you think. I want to maybe plan some things, plan some events. Kelly and I going out and doing stuff with the grandkids, and just day in the life stuff, you know. It'll probably be a lot of stuff at work, and I think that's where I'll probably be the most uncomfortable, is walking around with a camera in my hand at work. But I need to find out, you know, how much I may show too much at work or something. So, you know, the owners, the powers that be, may not be overly happy about me just doing more personal stuff, but it would be motorcycle related if I was doing it at work. My life is motorcycles. It has been that way for many years. So you're gonna get a lot of motorcycle stuff from me, whether it's selfie vlogs, or I don't want to put you out in the sun and say goodbye, or whatever, you know. It'll be at and about work, a lot of it. And in the wintertime, I leave in the dark, I come back in the dark. My only life basically is at work. I don't know how much stuff I want to do roaming around the house, but who knows, you know, what projects I can come up with. So please leave comments, let me know. This is something definitely different for me, that, you know, I don't have that kind of a personality. Don't get me wrong, I don't have any whimsical ideas of being the next Casey Atwood or sorry, Casey Neistat and Roman Atwood. You know, those guys are in a league of their own, and they have that personality that's just very attractive. And I don't think that's me. I mean, something could come out of it, but if it does, my goal is just to have fun with all this, and hopefully to entertain you guys. So I'm thinking about, you know, maybe actually coming up with some projects to do, and play with this a bit. Something to entertain me, and in return, hopefully entertain you. Something to keep me busy during the winter when I can't ride my motorcycles. So let me know what you think. I appreciate you guys watching, and I love your comments, and I kind of look forward with a little fear, I might add, of what you think of this idea. But anyway, so it's all new to me. You guys let me know what you think. I see ya. Thank you very much. Bye-bye now.